Hi, I'm Danica Tormolin, VP of Content for Trade Show News Network by Informa, and I am joined today by two people that work at McCormick Place. We have Cullyn. Will you introduce yourself? And also Josh, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
My name is Cullyn Doerfler, and I am the Senior Sustainability Manager here at McCormick Place. I oversee the sustainability department and help shows implement sustainability programs.
Great. And you, Josh?
I'm Josh Figueroa. I am the sustainability manager here at McCormick Place, and I help integrate all of the operations for sustainability and all of our sustainability initiatives into all of the events and all of our day-to-day operations.
Great. So, McCormick Place is one of the leaders in all of, the convention centers in North America in terms of sustainability. So let's talk about some of the things that stand out in terms of sustainability from your perspective.
So, just to set the stage about the state of the events industry and sustainability, it's not really known as a super sustainable industry overall. From load in and load out, from shipping and transportation costs, there's a lot of things that just create a lot of waste. And so we need to find a way to integrate sustainability very holistically, where we talk with each department to make sure we're all on the same page to implement these programs. And McCormick Place strives to be a leader in that space. We want our customers to know that they can come here and have a sustainable event. And when there are sustainability conscious customers who come in, just like the restaurant show, that our department is here to assist them in implementing the programs that will help them reduce their carbon emissions as much as possible.
So tell us some examples of that, maybe in action. Like, how are you working with the restaurant show on their sustainability efforts? What are some of the top 2-3 things?
Yeah, we'll let Josh do this one.
Yes, absolutely. So what they wanted to do this time around was focusing heavily on trying to capture composting. So the composting is going to help divert as much weight as possible from the landfill as well. And then one of the biggest things that we're working with the restaurant show on is all the food and materials donation. And we are actually doing that with our in-house partner, Fight to Feed, which is a local non-for-profit who partners with 38 and growing organizations around the state of Illinois. And they take all the items that is rescued from any show or whatever it might be, and they will distribute that into the community of need. They do like two-part operation, right? So they'll focus on the food side, which we've luckily been able to make a part of our standard policy and practice around the campus in general, where all excess food from no matter what event it might be, it automatically gets donated over to them. And then they will take that food and not just send it back out as it is, they actually will repurpose it into an entirely new meal and send that out to the community in need. And then same thing on the materials donation side. So whether it's sofas, whether it's TVs, whatever it might be, they'll always find a home for those types of things.
Yeah, and Restaurant Show has a huge impact when it comes to that. Obviously, there's food prep, there's the offcuts of food that's still good to be eaten, but might not want to be a sample, and then just the materials in all three buildings. It's a huge footprint to capture.
We walked around yesterday with Lisa, who, manages the show, and she was showing us the composting was new this year, right?
Yeah.
By the exhibitors. So, and you told me that you're passionate about, diversion, right? So do you have any estimates on how much is diverted and how, what goes into implementing a program like that?
So the diversion for compost is going to be all up in the air, but we're trying to capture as much as possible in their 8 dishwashing stations this year. It's the first time we're doing it with the show, so we're really excited about those metrics. In terms of diversion for materials donation, last year we did about 150 pallets worth, which is over 100,000 pounds of donations. And it was just a huge accomplishment with the Fight to Feed team, the show team, and the McCormick team all together. And to what goes into those programs is a lot of communication. As if we can get in front of the customers as soon as possible and say, this is our department, this is what we're here to help with, that is very much key. And making sure that they understand that we have these sustainability programs across campus. So your event will be a sustainable event regardless. But if you have specific goals, let's talk about it. Let's plan and let's really work to get all the stakeholders involved and on the same page. Do you have anything else to add for the implementation?
No, I think that you hit everything right on
Okay,
the money for that one.
fantastic.
So that was good.
So like consulting with a client as early in the process as possible and talking to them about their sustainability goals. What are key and critical to them? Any other shows stand out to you that do a really great job besides the National Restaurant Association show?
I'll let you take this one. You've had the whole show season.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of events. We have WEFTech that comes through, and they recently actually just got certified platinum when they were just last here with us at McCormick Place, which is a tremendous accomplishment on their end. And that's a lot of heavy lifting on the show side to make sure that they put all these practices and policies in place that meet all these sustainability metrics and procedures. So that was a big one. We also worked with RSNA in November. They're here with us every year, and their team is just really, really wonderful to work with because they love exploring any new ideas that we have and just pretty much kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what really sticks to really cater it and make it a special customized event for them and sustainability. So
So what was one thing that they did that stands out to you? Do you remember anything sustainability wise that you tracked for them or helped them set up like with the, fight to feed or anything like that?
they were big on trying to capture e-waste and battery recycling.
Okay.
So we worked with their general service contractors and putting out battery and e-waste collection bins in all their service areas. So that way, anytime throughout the show, whether it's the load in, days of the show, or even the load out, we are just capturing as much volume as possible in those designated areas.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so beyond waste, let's talk about some of the other sustainability efforts that you have. And one of the things we just did we worked with IAVM, which is the International Association of Venue Management, and then also Honeycomb Strategies to do a venue sustainalytics report. So where each of the venues were inputting their data about what they're tracking. And it was really interesting. It gave us some benchmarks across the industry so that, people are just now, you're one of the leaders, but, some of the smaller venues are just starting to track, energy usage and making those numbers available for clients. So talk a little bit about some of the things maybe that you're tracking that are new, anything new like that you really got your eye on.
So we do track the energy, the water usage, natural gas all around campus. 100% of the electricity that we use all over campus is offset with our wind rec.
Okay.
But yeah, we're also capturing the food donations like we mentioned. We're working on, this is kind of tracking, but we're also working on doing front of house composting to capture that compost data in our main grand concourses. And are there any other?
So we
Research
actually
efforts
have an upcoming
specifically?
project that we're currently working on also with bottle refill stations, and which that's a unique metric to where, we can kind of set the system to where we can almost capture every amount of bottle refill during a show's period. So we can kind of really give them that metric and cater it to them and saying like, hey, this is how many people are actually refilling their water bottles. So,
How many of those do you have around the whole campus? Do you know?
I don't know that specific number off the top of my head. Unfortunately, I don't know. There's a lot, but
Yeah.
we're working on expanding even more, which is great.
I love that so many places have those now so that
Yes.
you don't have to, purchase bottled water and then have the waste from that. So
Yeah.
that's a really nice thing. Okay,
Mhm.
let's talk about some of the food and, the rooftop. I want to
Yeah.
mention that too.
Yeah, we have a great partnership with the Windy City Harvest and the Chicago Botanical Garden with the rooftop. I had my first tour of the rooftop last week because I came in October of last year. So this is my first summer season, and it's just incredible to see the number of herbs and really farm to fork produce that we have here. We're very proud of our team over there. I could talk about compost with them for hours. They have vermicomposting on site as well as the compost totes by the West Kitchen Dock, where they can capture and compost all their offcuts, basically, of things that aren't used. So
Okay.
that's further diversion for them. And it's just great to see them with the honeybees and really having our own ecosystem on the West rooftop has been really amazing to see.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that composting in action.
Yeah. So one thing that we have been really, really trying to get prepared for as much as we can is in 2025 of January, the Large Event Facilities Act was actually passed in the state of Illinois. So that requires any venue with over 3,500 or more attendees to be doing not only back of house composting, but also front of house composting. So that has been a very interesting and very informing way for us to really learn how to really integrate composting in like every aspect of the event, right? So not only is it just our food and beverage providers that are doing that, but also offering that on the show floor and what is that going to take, right? So it's a big lift, but we are strongly making a huge effort converting all of our garbage cans across the campus into our triple streams landfill recycle compost bins. And then we are working with our food and beverage providers, making sure that we have the same things out there on the floor. And then any of our show cleaning partners, same thing.
So behind the house, it's easier, right? Because you can control that with, it's your team and your staff, and you can tell them what to do. Talk about what it looks like for the attendees here and on the show floor.
Yeah, education is key. Signage is key. When we activate compost on the show floor, we want to make sure, one, all of the teams and the show cleaners and the general service contractor know what's happening, but also so they can assist if anyone has questions on the floor. We want to make sure that it's clear. We do like green for compost, blue for recycling, black for trash. So you see that color, you know that that's the bin it's supposed to be in. And then in our grand concourse and our central concourse, we have the Oscar sort program, where it uses AI technology to really help attendees figure out what goes where. And you just walk up to it, you scan the item, and it says this goes in recycling and this goes into trash. So it has that interactive element that gets people excited while also maximizing recycling and compost diversion.
And how long have you had that?
I think 2024, so going on 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one rolled out right after the DNC left. So yes, that's when we put it
with
back
the
in place.
DNC.
Yes, in 2024. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Great. Okay. Well, I want to know do you have anything coming up that you're working on that you're excited about seeing come together?
oh,
In
there's so
terms
much.
of sustainability.
There's so much.
Yeah,
There's so many things.
Like I said, one of the biggest ones is definitely expanding our water refill stations.
Okay.
That's a good one. We are looking even on the backside of expanding all of our campus compactors, of upgrading to mirror everything what we're trying to do in the front of house, exactly how attendees see, making it easier for all of the workers doing everything behind the scenes and streamlining it on the backside and saying like everything that you're going to look at that's black, blue, and green here, you're also going to see that reciprocated on our dock spaces with brand new compactors to be able to support making sure that we're monitoring all of this and capturing all the information that we can collect as well.
Great. Okay. Last question. What keeps you up at night in terms of sustainability at a venue when you're working at events?
Food waste. That's what keeps me up at night, and just the partnership that we have with Fight to Feed, and the fact that food donation and food recovery is a SOP for any event that comes here, especially if they have heavy box lunches. We just had an event that came that had about 30,000 box lunches, and we worked with the team and the OVGH partners to get that all in Fight to Feed's hands, so that it was able to be redistributed to the community. So the amount of food waste that we are preventing from going in the landfill it keeps me up at night, but also makes me feel really fulfilled that we can actually make a difference on site for attendees and for our job as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the community.
And the community.
Overall, it's really helping, feed the hungry in your local community. So it's giving back.
Yes. When you come to Chicago, you are supporting these programs. You're supporting the Chicago community by making sure the food does not go to the landfill.
Anything for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love sustainability in general just because it shows such a great message, and being able to implement it in events is such a tough feat. So, I mean, just to be able to accomplish it, and we're going to work with the restaurant on doing these material donations. That one is such a big lift and a lot of logistics that go into it, right? But we have such great partners with the show team and working through all the logistics and making sure that all of our ends are covered. So it's a really, really something to see from start to finish.
Okay, I lied. I have one more question. One piece of advice for the show organizers that might be watching this video. So about sustainability and coming, working with a venue to maximize what they want to do and hit the goals.
Yes. So if you are watching and you have one piece of advice, I would say is education. So if an event comes in and they have sustainability goals, we can support their goals. If you're coming in and you're introduced to our department, let's talk for 15 minutes. Let's have an introduction. Let's learn how we can support your event and hit goals you didn't even know you might want. So just let's be a part of the process together. It's fun. We want to make it fun and get everyone's goals
and you're
met.
the expert in sustainability, and you also work across a variety of events where, maybe somebody only produces one event where, you had experience with hundreds of events each year.
Yeah, so we're able to tailor it to their unique needs. And we have a really large campus here. We can make it work wherever you are.
Great. Any advice?
I would say the biggest thing is if you don't have any sustainability goals, it is totally fine. That is exactly what we're here for, right? We're here to make things so much easier and streamlined to where you're not going to change a lot of operations or logistics of anything with the event. We already have a full program to where we could just slate it in and figure out everything nice and easy. So don't be afraid that you don't have any sustainability goals. Again, you selecting McCormick Place as your venue, we are going to put on a sustainable event, period.
Great. Okay, if anybody wants to get in touch with you or learn more, what should they do?
They can connect with us on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Great. For TSNN, I'm Danica Tormolen.